Ladies and gentlemen, this is Greg from NowlinStudios, and just welcome you to our coverage of the Pine Creek versus Fountain Fort Carson varsity match at Pine Creek High School. Starting off with all of the little Pine Creek wrestling team kids coming down and being recognized. Not sure if you could understand the commentation, but Coach Billy Gable recognizing the Pine Creek Club as one of the best in Colorado, thanking the coaches for doing a good job working with the young up-and-coming high school wrestlers. As we weather the wobbling of the kids getting back into the stands here. And we will start with the national, or actually the pledge. Well, that confirms that it was the national anthem, an unexpected treat from one of the wrestlers' sisters. We'll work to try to find out who that was. And here will be the lighting test. All right, that probably wasn't real easy to hear. So Jordan Martinez at 106, Anthony Salazar at 113, Juan Rodriguez going to be wrestling 120s, Dustin Virgil at 126, Chase Fry at 132, Dakota Colonies dropping from 152 from last year to 138, Chris Kos at 145, Iden Peak at 152, Dylan Dashner has 160, Kason Nowlin at 170, Isaac Ortiz 182, Jeff Curtis at 195, Taylor White at 220, and Sam Hammond. Sam is at 285. All right, so the captains have met, and we are not going to start at 106 tonight. Looks like we're going to start at 160 with Dylan Dashner. All right, so Dylan takes the floor at 160. I'm going to zoom in a little bit and follow the action just so we can see a little bit better. Close to some points on that one. Even on the scramble here, working dangerously close to the out of bounds. The official will reset in the center with no points, with 1:17 remaining in the first. Both wrestlers very quick. And they'll reset again with no score. 43 seconds remaining in the first period. Dash shooting the single leg there. Didn't quite land it. The 160s are traveling quite a bit tonight, using the full spectrum of the mat. And Dylan is going to get the 2. Great job getting that in before the period end. Dylan will take down first. Pine Creek tonight in green and blue. Wrestling Fountain Fort Carson. Both 5A programs. Great job by Dylan, reversing that to take a 4-0 lead in the second period. Fountain Fort Carson's wrestler tried to escape, but Dylan maintained enough control to prevent the escape point. And there was it again. Dylan's got the half in on the left. And he decides to go ahead and let him go. Just under half a minute remaining in the second period. Dylan Dashner at 160. And they'll center back up again. So Dylan Dashner leading 4-1 at the end of the second period. Dylan will be up to start the third. Dylan does a good job of controlling from the top. Fountain Fort Carson wrestler tried to roll out of it. Dylan releases again. Pretty even in this third period. Fountain Fort Carson trying to get an advantage. And he's going to reset him. Just a minute remaining in the third period. 160 match at Pine Creek High School. And Dylan's going to take a high crotch, throw him over. It's kind of a low high crotch. And both wrestlers have a leg at the moment. And they're going to give him a reversal to tie it up 4-4 with only 35 seconds remaining. And Dylan needs to get some work done right here. Just a quick reversal here. He needs to turn it. He needs to turn it right here. If he can get it, he's going to take it with 20 seconds remaining. Dylan's got to gain some control, and I think that that's it right there. And they didn't score it. They didn't score it. He needs to get it. There is his two. There's his two with 5 seconds remaining. And that will do it. Dylan Dashner at 160 takes the first match of the evening. To go up 3-0. Pine Creek over Fountain Fort Carson. 70s up next with Case and Nowlin. Case and Nowlin at 170. First varsity match. Nice catch. Good quick two to get around behind the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler. Looking to turn him, and working pretty close to the boundary there. Kaysen looks to flip. It was exciting, but didn't do too much. Working the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler. Pressuring and trying to get a half in here and turn him for some back points. Kaysen with the very long arms looking to lock up on the edge here. If he can stay in bounds, this could go well for the 170 from Pine Creek. See if he can get the weight distribution correct. And he's continuing. He's got a reverse half in with 19 seconds remaining. This is definitely going to be at least 3 back points. We'll see if he can close here right at the end with 12 seconds remaining, right on the border. And he's going to lose him out of bounds there, but that's going to take it to 5-0 in the first period for Kaysen Nowlin at 170. Pine Creek leading. Fountain Fort Carson choose to be down. He's looking a little wobbly at the moment. Tries a Granby right out of the initial, but Kaysen defended that well. And that will complete the first period. They'll start the second period in neutral. Kaysen's got the control, but needs to get around behind to actually score the 2 points for the takedown. And it looks like he's going to just go right in to cinch up. This position's really, really difficult at 170 to recover from. Kaysen Nowlin at 170. His first varsity match is a pin. That takes the score, team score 9-0, Pine Creek over Fountain Fort Carson. This is Isaac Ortiz from Pine Creek in the dark at 182. It takes him immediately out of bounds. Isaac Ortiz is a very accomplished wrestler. Last year wrestled alongside his brother, who was a graduating senior last year. Looks like the 182s are going to use quite a bit of the mat as well. Sounds like we got a game of Old Maid going on in the stands just off to the side. And they'll work their way back to the center again. Kind of a slow start for the 182s. Isaac very quickly in for a single. See if he can gather for a double. A nice takedown. Unfortunately, too close to the edge. They will call them out of bounds and restart. .30 seconds remaining in the first period. And Isaac's got a leg in. And that'll conclude the first period with Isaac Ortiz from Pine Creek ahead 2-0. It's a little like some football linebacking going on there. So even in the very accomplished realms of wrestling, sometimes you can just make a little mistake and give up 2 points. I think that's what happened with Isaac right there. That brings the match to a 2-2 tie. Good stand-up. If he can just simply push away here, he'll get the escape point. So they call loss of control on Fountain Fort Carson. That'll give Isaac the escape point. They put him back to neutral, so neither has the advantage at the moment. And they'll restart again in the center. Isaac's got a very quick shot, but the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler sprawled quite a bit. And enough to prevent that from scoring. 3-2. Isaac is up in the second with 30 seconds remaining in the match. We'll see if he can score prior to the end of this period. Coach is encouraging Isaac to realize he's got 17 seconds remaining in the period to get a 2-point takedown quickly. That's how the second will end, 3-2. Isaac Ortiz still on top in the 182-pound match between Pine Creek and Fountain Fort Carson. It's a pretty convincing takedown there. Isaac working on the edge of the mat. This is going to include some back points. If he had them enough, that's going to be, we'll have to see how many back points were scored. It's difficult to see in the dark. That takes the score up to 8-3. There was an escape. But a good time to score, so they're going to bring him back again. 8-3, Isaac is up. Looks like they're going to take some blood time here. You can roughly make out the silhouettes of Coach Billy Gable and also Coach T.C. Dantzler. Coach Dantzler was a U.S. Olympian. So we're really fortunate to have Coach Billy Gable as a 4-time high school state champ. Did great in college, along with Olympians, Pan Am Games champ. Great coaching staff here at Pine Creek. Not to mention Air Force Academy wrestler and coach. So quite a bit to offer the young guys with the great breadth of coaching available. So Isaac now is working with under a minute to go, and they'll reset after going out of bounds. Real quick, look for a single, see if he can pull it up for a double. The wrestler from Fountain Fort Carson does a great job of staying away from even the very quick shots. Isaac's got an overhead position. See if he can turn him right here. He's got kind of a reverse half in there. It comes out. He's looking at the clock, realizes he's got 23 seconds left. He's up by 5. And they'll reset. The officials do a good job of keeping the matches going. Quick shot attempted by the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler. Isaac defends it well. Good sprawl. He knows he's got 5 seconds left. He's going to ride this out. We'll see if they actually start this, or are they going to say it's done. Looks like they're going to go ahead and call it. He only had about 1 second remaining as they go out of bounds. Isaac Ortiz wins 8-3. That brings the total team score to 12-0 after the first 3 matches. Right, that takes us to 195. This is going to be Jeff Curtis. Jeff, like Isaac, are returning varsity wrestlers. Jeff's a senior this year. See if I can go back and kind of catch up a little bit. A wrestler at 160, Dylan Dashner, is a junior. Kason Nowlin at 170, a sophomore. We just saw Isaac Ortiz. Not sure if he is a junior or a senior. But again, Jeff Curtis wrestling this senior year. And it looks like we'll experience some blood time. Jeff Curtis noticed it. I'm not sure if that's coming from him or if he might have popped up and caught the other wrestler in the face. They'll take care of that here real quick. Heather and the training staff do a fantastic job with all the sports here at Pine Creek. Kind of a unique thing to observe the trainer. Actually teaches a class on athletic training, and it is wait list only. Not sure how many kids can get into it, but it's very popular. In most athletic events, they have 7 to 10 of the students available as assistant trainers, getting experience for the class and for something that maybe some of them will go on to do at the collegiate and maybe even professional level. Great job, Heather Thompson. Very sought after teacher. So I look over in the training corner, I think I see about 6 students even tonight. As you can imagine, the game up in Invesco Stadium, or not Invesco, but it is now Sports Authority Field at Mile High. The football team played against Montrose. So as far as being the student trainers that were allowed to be at that game, that must have been an interesting process to determine who of the 20 or so were the ones that got to go. Heather probably got some offers of some goods or $20 bills to be on that team. They did a great job. Go ahead and take a break. We will be back with the 195 bout. All right, we're back to the action. Jeff Curtis at 195. The match is even in the first period. There's an extended pause for blood time. Kind of one of the observations I'm making for this evening is with the single light, it might be a little difficult to see the spots of blood if that happens. And now it looks like the scoreboard is going to malfunction. They went to less than a minute to 4 minutes and 51 seconds left. So they'll reset that. Looks like they've got 37 seconds remaining. Still 0-0 in the first period. A little bit of scramble from the big guys. Looks like the first period is going to end scoreless. We'll have to wait and see if we can take some advantage in the second. Looks like Fountain Fort Carson is going to choose to be in the down position to start off the second. And Jeff loses a hold of him here for 1 point on the escape. Pine Creek in need of a takedown, really close there. And Jeff is going to do it, and they are going to call that out of bounds. I apologize if that was just off our screen to the right. Really nice takedown, just about a yard out of bounds. Great job to fight that off. Fountain Fort Carson wrestler looked like he had a single leg takedown into a neutral position, a back toss right to the top, and a stick. Fantastic move. Didn't see it coming. It was executed flawlessly. Takes him right to his back. And at 195, really difficult to move the wrestler off if he's got the dominant position. Great job by Jeff Curtis in the second to bring the total team score to 18-0. Pine Creek over Fountain Fort Carson in tonight's 5A wrestling match in Colorado Springs, Colorado. This brings us to Taylor White at 220. The upper end of the lineup is doing a good job. It's a known fact that the strength of the team, or at least a strength, are the young guys at the very low weights. So it's nice to see the great start from 160 on up. It's going to be very difficult for Fountain Fort Carson to recover when they get into some of the smaller weights. Taylor takes the initial and the second takedown. That'll be 4 for Taylor White with 1 point for the opponent. Taylor right on the edge has got a good chance if he can pull him back in. He decides to release him. And he will get 2 back points. Fountain Fort Carson for a single point for the escape takes Taylor to the advantage of 6-2 in the first. Taylor again, the high crotch, fireman carry, and a toss. Right to the back. Taylor may have a tough time rolling him over without getting on the other side. There he goes. He's going to release. Kept a hold of the wrist, but the opponent still scored the escape. For some of you at home, this may be wrestling in silhouette at some of the edges of the light. Taylor takes that same move on the other side with the right hand. Doesn't complete it this time. Let's see if he can get out of this and make something work. And the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler gets to the back to score 2 to bring it within 3. Still down 5-8. Taylor spending the second half of the first period on the bottom. I think he's going to get it. He's going to get an escape right at the end. And arguably could have had a dominant position, but I think that they called that at the end after the buzzer. So the escape counts. The reversal does not, but that does take the score to 9-5. Taylor going to start up in the second period. Both these wrestlers at 220 are very tall. At least 6'1" to 6'2" for both. And Taylor is wrestling really light at 220. Tonight he weighed in at 204. So he's definitely given up some weight. Not sure what the opponent is tonight, but looks to be a little closer to the 220 mark than Taylor is, certainly. Taylor gives back a little bit of ground, but at the halfway point of the second period, it is 14-8. Taylor working to stand up. Right at the edge, and they will call them out. Caution on red. Coming down pretty hard on Taylor. See if he can use that to his advantage to get up and out of there. It looks like he's going to scramble. If he can keep his feet here. Tiring second period for both wrestlers. Looks like there's a lock. We'll see if that's on Fountain Fort Carson, because they will definitely give a point. And there it is. So that takes, so what they did is he's going to use an alternate release. So he's going to give the Fountain Fort Carson bench is calling for cradle, and it's definitely a possible situation for guys as lanky as both these wrestlers in 220. Taylor White, a very, very skilled wrestler at getting the cradle to go. We'll see if that might not be the demise of the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler tonight. Again, the high crotch. Taylor takes another 2 points. He leads by 9. We'll see if he can rack up enough points to get a technical fall. He's going to release. And that takes the score 17-9. Taylor White leading. With 30 seconds expired in the third, a little bull rush to push Taylor out of bounds. The Fountain Fort Carson bench is getting a little bit of a caution there and a talking to. Not sure what transpired, but the official was not real happy with what was being given. Taylor misses on that particular attempt and will give up 2. 17-11. He still's got a good commanding lead, but he's got to be careful that he doesn't sacrifice some back points. Now that's not going to go very well for Fountain Fort Carson. Attempted to get him there, and Taylor takes advantage of it and pins him with 57 seconds remaining in the third. I can tell you the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler would definitely like to take that last attempt back. Sometimes you attempt something, it just doesn't work. That didn't work. All right, that pin takes the team score to 24-0. As we've got heavies, Sam Hammond. And talk about giving up some weight. Sam weighs in at 222.4 tonight with a max allowable weight in this division of 285. So Sam's probably outweighed by 20 to 30 pounds because it doesn't look like the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler is all the way up to 285 either. But Sam is extremely quick, very athletic. So we'll see if he can make use of the quickness here with the bigger wrestler. And it looks like the headlock's going to go, but the additional roll does not play into Sam's advantage. It's really difficult to get out with that much weight. Tough, tough break for Sam. It's a great idea to get that, but you've got to control that second roll. Takes the team score to 24-6. Pine Creek leads as we go to the top of the lineup to 106 with Jordan Martinez. We're going to see 3 freshmen in a row here, starting with Jordan Martinez, moving on to Anthony Salazar, and then Juan Rodriguez. Kind of the talk of the town at the moment is the freshman. Been very successful to date. It'll be kind of an unconventional takedown. Really great scramble by Jordan to control it. Now he's working really quickly to see if he can expose the opponent's back. And Jordan is going to try to pull him back in. Looks like he's going to accomplish that. He's going to run that half. Looks like he's got a chicken wing in. And we'll see if he stays on that side. Fort Carson wrestler's doing a great job of staying off his back in the early goings of round 1 for the 106. That may be really close to. Okay. Jordan decides to let him go. High crotch is going to turn that into a single potentially. Way to defend it. Gets around behind for 2. And Jordan's going to be on the catch and release program tonight as well. super quick. It's amazing to see how some of the little guys can get to places so fast. That takes us to the second period. Jordan Martinez leading 6-2 in the 106 weight class. Taking the down position to start the second. Just needs to get in a position to score the reversal. There it comes right there. Eight to 2, Jordan working on top. May let him go. Great reshoot. So the reshoot comes when the wrestler shoots in, you sprawl, defend it, and come right back with a shooter yourself. That was so quick. It was good for 2. Takes the score to 10-3. Minute 23 remaining in the second period. Jordan Martinez at 106. This could be trouble for Fountain Fort Carson. Jordan working that arm to the back. It's got to be completely uncomfortable. A lot of times they will call that a dangerous position and stop it. His shoulder has looked tough a couple times. Now Jordan slips off and finds himself in kind of a difficult position. Let's see how his defensive skills go. And they hold to be sound. Great job by Jordan defending that unfortunate position. Right back to dominating. 13-3 by 10. 3 more back points is going to get him precariously close to a technical fall. That concludes the second period. Jordan Martinez on top, 13-3. Jordan will start down beginning of the third period. And a quick sit out. Gains another. Jordan in control of this match, 14-3. And they'll restart the neutral position at the center. Jordan controls for 2 more. 16-3. 2 more will be a technical fall. Little bit of scramble here. Jordan Looks like he's going to survive okay. He understands he's really short on time remaining. He's going to get an additional reversal at Fountain Fort Carson, but it's certainly not going to be enough. As the match expires, Jordan Martinez on top, 16-5 at the 106 weight class. It's going to take the team scores to 28-6. Pine Creek leads. Next up, we have Anthony Salazar at 113 pounds, also a freshman. Quickly takes a 2-point takedown. And they'll restart. It's a nice safe return to the mat. When the wrestlers get them up that high, they've definitely got to work them down, because a big slam from that distance could be an instant disqualification. Good job by Anthony to control that. A lot of good work going on there, but neither wrestler has any points to show for it. Short time remaining in the first period. Looks like they're kind of stalemated towards the center of the mat. And that'll end the first period with no additional scoring, so it looks like Anthony Salazar with a 1-point lead at the end of the first, 2-1, and he'll take down. Nice job to get up and out. That'll at least be one, and we'll see if he can control. All right, so the official awards right at the end, the escape point. Coach Billy Gable wants to discuss it a little bit. I think he's convinced that that's acceptable. Anthony with a quick under and to the backside for 2. Good idea. The other wrestler was a little high to get the stack going. Attempt at a single leg. Anthony locks up on the Fountain Fort Carson's leg as well. And they had a similar situation the first period, which lasted for about 20 seconds without any additional scoring. So the official's not going to let them do that for very long. Nice single leg around to the backside. It was a great shot. The Fountain Fort Carson wrestler defended it pretty well. But as he did, he wasn't expecting Anthony to zip up underneath and come around behind him. It was two movements really close together, and one was defended, one was not. Wraps up the second period. A little more production out of Anthony for the second period to take the score to 7-2. And we get a caution for Green. Anthony Salazar does a great job up on top. He's got quite a bit of skill and work, and the other wrestler looking for the opportunity to get some back points. And when you have that ability, riding out a 7-2 lead in the third with nearly a minute left, looks pretty favorable for Anthony Salazar. Anthony chooses to go neutral, give it up a point to do so. Well defended. Fort Carson wrestler tried to get up and behind. A nice reaction by Anthony to prevent that. Winding down to under a minute remaining. 4-point deficit for the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler. Trying desperately to get something going as they reset from the last out of bounds. Quick shot. Anthony's ready for it. Looking for a headlock. That actually backfires. So Anthony ducks under, takes an additional 2 points, and is going to work him for the additional 18 seconds. And let's see if he could work a pin here inside the remaining 20 seconds. He's got a good position. He's got his legs hooked. See if he's got a chance to pull this off. Very close. He will get the additional 3 back points to take the final score up to 12-3. Nice job of just being a technician and riding that match out. Takes the score up to 32-6. Let's see if they actually added the additional team points. This is Juan Rodriguez, the third freshman in the top of the order. Juan is wrestling at 120. Nice single leg to the mat. Nice roll. Very well controlled. Still hasn't been a change in control. Juan's been doing some nice things, but he needs to turn him to get some back points to start scoring some other. Maybe you can gather him up here in a cradle. Looks like you might have an option. Looks like the Fountain Fort Carson wrestlers just really kind of holding on for dear life here. He finally locks up in that cradle. He rolls him over. He's definitely got 3 back points. Let's see if he can. And he does. Right at the buzzer, folks. Talk about getting it done. Had to get it done just right there. Takes the team score up to 38-6. Pine Creek winning all of their matches except for heavyweight. 5 matches remain. This takes us to Dustin Virgil at 126. Not quite sure where the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler was going. Kind of looked like he was kind of running away. Good quick pairing. Both wrestlers look like they're going to be quick to try things, and this will be a very spirited match. Nice attempt to try to break that stalemate. Let's see if Dustin can gain some momentum here. Both wrestlers trying to get around behind each other. Dustin did a good job of stopping that attempt. This is probably one of the longest lockups I've seen at 126. Most of the time the 126s are all over the mat. All right, so that takes a stalemate, 0-0. First period moves Dustin Virgil to the down position to start the second. Immediately puts the leg in. We'll see if Dustin can get up and out of here. Dustin's starting to come up and out, working on gaining control of the hands. Here he goes. Really nice stand up, and if he can face him, they'll give him neutral and the escape. I think he'll get it there. Not yet. So they called Dustin locking hands right there for a brief moment, giving Fountain Fort Carson 1. Dustin scrambles up over top there. Not quite enough to break the lock. That time, it looks like he's going to get a hold of him. Decides to take the other position. So they're going to run out the second period. 4-1. Dustin made good use of the scramble there. Let's see if he can ride this out. An escape and a reversal brings it even, so Dustin's got to make sure that he maintains control here. Good job of keeping pressure down and forward. Fountain Fort Carson trying to tripod out of that. Now he does a sit out, and he's going to get the 1. Dustin's got to be real careful. 32 seconds remain. He's got to continue to keep a hold of his legs. And if he works forward on this, that's going to end up being 2 for Dustin, which he does. That's great. 10 seconds left. Dustin's up 6-2. And he is going to ride it out by a decision. Dustin Virgil takes the team score up to 41-6. Chase Fry up next. Chase is a senior. This is at 132. Minute gone in the first here. No score. Chase a little bit taller than the wrestler from Fountain Fort Carson. See if that plays to his advantage. That scramble didn't quite go how Chase would have liked. Ends up being kind of a scramble takedown for Fountain Fort Carson. And they're called out of bounds, so Chase takes a down position as he is the underdog in points at the moment. That'll wind up the first period. Pine Creek has not lost a duel this year. And that scramble didn't go Chase's way either. Not a lot of control as far as the Fountain Fort Carson. This looks a little bit more like he got the better end of the deal on two situations that were a little undecided until whoever came up on top. Trying to sink a chicken wing in on Chase. It's a tough spot. It looks like they call him for a lock, so Chase will get one out of that. Down 7-1, he's going to have to work to get back in this. Good job of fighting to pull that scramble out of bounds. Caution on the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler for starting a little too soon. At the end of 2, Chase Fry is trailing 1-10. See what he can do on the upside. Chase has got a rock and fight on this one. He's locked up in a cradle at the moment. Let's see if he can undo it. Not enough there today. Brings the team score to 41-12. Fountain Fort Carson trailing Pine Creek. .138 Dakota Colonies. Dakota came down from 152. Won in JV State last year. Decided to cut down to this particular spot. And it's paid off for him. As they tumble out of bounds. And in the scramble, somehow the Fountain Fort Carson wrestler managed to get behind Dakota. So he trails by 2. Dakota ends up with a headlock on the left-hand side, cranks it over. Truly one of his patented moves, didn't quite have enough torque to keep it, but very quickly gives him another one on the right side. This time he's a lot more able to use his positioning to finish up. And he pins with 55 remaining in the first. Short work with a couple headlocks from Dakota Colonies, taking it to 47-12. Chris Kos. And you may have seen the blur come across the screen when the Pine Creek wrestlers pin. They get to toss a t-shirt up in the stands. Chris deciding Chris has spent the last couple months at 152. It's just come down to 145. We'll probably stay there through the state tournament. Nice quick takedown for Chris. Looks like he's got that left arm in a chicken wing. See if he decides to make use of that. Gathering, but decides to let it go and try something else. Into the first period, Chris Kos has 2, Fountain Fort Carson, nothing. He's got his leg in. With the hips moving the wrestler over. Taking a power half, see if he can crank him back over. There it is. A near fall again at the second period, bringing the score up to 10-0. Quick shot try. Chris handles it very effectively. He's going to get around for 2 additional points, 3 more for a technical fall. And Chris has had no problem getting back points tonight, so we'll see if he ends up ending it with 3 additional back points or if he takes him all the way to the pin. Here's the start of the count. This will definitely be the back points. And if Chris lets him go, it will be over. If he pins him, it will be over as well. Now, obviously, the difference in team points with 6 for a pin and 5 for a technical fall. Chris would prefer to get the fall. But it's either now, because if he lets him go, he's finished with the technical fall. And that's going to do it. Nice work. Chris finishes 15-0. That takes the team score up to 52-12. Certainly, Pine Creek is in commanding control of this particular duel. Next up we have Iden Peak at 152. Iden, a sophomore. Chris, a senior in his last year. Iden's a very scrappy wrestler with another discipline in judo. Excited to be on the mat right now, and it looks like in that scramble, are they going to give? It did end up going Fountain Fort Carson's way. Iden immediately to the down position. Now, Iden cleared up some eligibility issues coming off the break. This will be his first varsity match. Excited to be back in action at 152. Let's see if he can get out of here. Continuing to fight, trying to keep off that reverse half. Excellent job to squirm out of the bottom. Let's reset that and live to fight another day. That's going to conclude tonight with 152 since the match started at 160. The final score ends up being Pine Creek 52, Fountain Fort Carson 18. Appreciate all of you who have tuned in tonight. Feel free to give us comments. You can email us at NowlinStudios@gmail.com. NowlinStudios, all as one word. You'll see it on the bottom of the screen. Again, on behalf of Coach Billy Gable in the Pine Creek Wrestling program, this is Greg from Nowlin Studios, wishing all of you a good evening, and hope to see you again either live or at one of our broadcasts. Take care, everyone.